bin's wieder, Käse und Haram, hier mit meinem Let's Play von Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Spirit of Justice. Mein Hals fühlt sich komisch an. Und ja. Und wir sind jetzt immer noch jetzt in den Kreuzverhörphasen und sowas. Und jetzt wollen wir mal hören, was Tischen Wimperson zu sagen hat. Wow, mein Hals kann sich dann jetzt mal endlich mal beruhigen, oder soll ich jetzt noch mal was trinken? Ist jetzt besser? Wäre schön. My ancestors was prized as a benevolent ruler. Jetzt verkacke ich schon dabei. He protected the spirit mediums, a minority back then, from the rest of the locals. Some discriminated against them, you see, while others tried to abuse their power. As thanks, Amy Faye gave the crystal she had specially made as a gift to him. I am a descendant of that great lord. As such, my political power and influence is backed by centuries of history. Ja, du mich auch. Well, that devolved into a great load of self-aggrandizing propaganda fast. As you can see, the crystal of Amy Faye is a heirloom of the esteemed House of Etition. And you have proof that it has always been in the Etition family? I have someone who gave a statement to that effect. My client's neighbor, one Ives Shineto, age 85, gave the following statement. The Eticians showed me the crystal back when I was but a lad. Objection! Can we really trust the memory of an old man? Mr. Justice, would you care to explain that statement to the judge? Oh, I didn't mean, what I'm trying to say is, never underestimate the memory of our elders! I may forget my verdicts the next day, but the memories of my past are clear as day! Therefore, I find Mr. Ives Shinito's statement to be perfectly credible! Wow, did you see how Mr. Wright got the judge on his side? That's definitely a trick I want up my sleeve. You're not helping, Athena. You may cross-examine the witness, Mr. Justice! Oh, das hätte nicht sein müssen. Bitte, versuch das nächste Mal vernünftige Argumente zu liefern, Apollo. Ich mag den Richter lieb. Kreuzverhör. The illustrious history of the Etician clan. Oh Mann. Selbstverliebtheit, Selbstverliebtheit. Noch mehr Selbstverliebtheit. Oh, ein Kristall und Selbstverliebtheit. Aber zumindest etwas mit dem Widerspruch. So, lass doch mal sehen. Wo haben wir das denn? Give the crystal share, bla 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 bla. Auf jeden Fall. Researchers. Baby, researchers. Objection. You stated that Amy Faye had the crystal made for your ancestors. So, am I to assume it was made in Japan? That's right. The craftsmanship is unbeatable. Well, that's strange. I don't see how your so-called crystal could have been made there. What are you talking about? Danke. It's quite obvious if you take a closer look at this. Ja, einfach mir so hier die Ornamente hier gucken, ne? Na, jetzt komm schon. Nee, Steuerpads. Nee. So, bitteschön. Take a look at the distinctive design here. According to Dr. Buff, it's a Mitama motif dating back to the early days of the Kingdom of Kurain. The Kingdom of Kurain? And you based this on? Here. Research, baby. This piece of evidence, Your Honor. These are the doctor's research notes on the founder's orb. This is the box in which the orb was originally stored. It features the same pattern as the one found on the orb. They do look like the same pattern! Therefore, I assert that the disputed item must have been made in the Kingdom of Kurain! Ah! Ew, my placards! The Kurain channeling technique originated in the Kingdom of Kurain. And Amy Fane is known to have traveled there to train. With that in mind, what's to say she didn't bring that pattern back with her? But since this is clearly a Kurainese design, not even you can deny the possibility that it was made there, in the Kingdom of Kurain. Anything's possible to some extent. That doesn't make it true. So you can conclude that the orb is from Kurain based solely on that pattern. If it were that simple, I could just easily say it's Japanese. What are you, Emma? I have to agree with Mr. Wright. The pattern alone proves nothing. But that also means there's no basis to claim the item in dispute was made in Japan either. At this rate, we're going nowhere fast. He's right. We're just spinning our wheels here. I wonder if we have any evidence that could break a statement. Evidence that could break a statement. Stalemate. Tatsache, die gibt's nicht. Leider. There doesn't seem to be anything we can use. At least not at this point. Well, unless we can find something, this trial won't be going anywhere. Phew, that's much better. What's his deal? I have a suggestion. Why don't we consider this from a different angle? I'm listening. What if the Defiant Dragons really were authorized to take possession of the relic? I'm afraid I don't know where you're going with this, Mr. Wright! Consider the orb transfer agreement, which states, I agree to hand over the Founder's orb to the Defiant Dragons if I will come to no harm. What if, as the last part suggests, this was written under duress? That would render the agreement null and void. What are you suggesting, Mr. Wright? While you were on your little cave expedition, I was investigating Dr. Buff's accident. And there was something you overlooked, Mr. Justice. Namely, that his accident might have actually been murder. What? Murder? Oh, jetzt wird's interessant. Ich dachte, das wird so ein riesiger Fall. Mr. Wright, do you realize such statements are not to be made lightly? When you suggested the doctor was murdered by the Defiant Dragons! Yes, but follow me on this for a sec. The books that came trundling down were from the archaeology itself. However, among that mountain of books was a single volume of psychology. What's more, there was some blood on it. And you feel this is important because? The books that came tumbling down were from the top shelf, the archaeology books. We know this because the doctor's books were meticulously organized by subject. Archaeology took up the entire shelf, so that psychology book is completely out of place. Come to think of it, the shelves were arranged quite carefully. It's also worth noting that psychology books only take up a tiny part of the bottom shelf. You might wonder why a book on psychology was found amid the pile of archaeology books. But I believe I can explain what that single out-of-place book was doing there. The doctor was struck from behind while selecting a psychology book from the shelf. And that's when the blood got on the book? Precisely. And to make it look like an accident, he was buried under a mountain of archaeology books. Objection! Wait a second! This is all just speculation, right? Or do you have proof that it was murder? Of course I do. You do? On a hunch, I had Detective Sky examine the doctor's head wound. She found that he'd been struck by the corner of some object or another. Wait, what?! A wound like that couldn't have resulted from a fall to the floor, you know? Do you understand what this means, Mr. Justice? The wound makes it crystal clear that Dr. Buff was murdered! What?! Well, that was unexpected. Who'd have thought we'd break out of the stalemate like this? He pulled the ladder right out from under us. Still, if he thinks that's enough to make me back down, he's got another thing coming. Even if the cause of death was murder, what makes you think it was the Defiant Dragons? You should know better than to hurl baseless accusations. Objection! Did you forget who you were up against, Mr. Justice? Huh? You didn't actually think I'd come to court without witnesses and evidence, did you? But what are you talking about? I would like to request further testimony from the plaintiff. Especially, I would like the court to hear how he saw one of the rebels leaving the crime scene. He saw what? Und du steh dich so wie ein Schneekönig. Mann. If he can prove it was murder, that's the end of our clients, right to the orb. Did he have this up his sleeve the whole time? How could Mr. Wright do this to us? He was just waiting to spring this trap. This trial has taken another unexpected turn. But I must mention, Mr. Wright, that you have yet to identify the murder weapon. The object used to commit the murder was not located at the scene of the crime. The murderer likely disposed of it elsewhere. Na gut. Menno. Aber wir wissen schon mal, dass es kein Unfall war. Well, I never thought we'd be deliberating the issue of murder at a civil trial. All right, Mr. Attention Whipperson, your testimony if you please. Prepare to be dazzled. Dazzled by charismatic oration forged by the crucible of campaign battles. Halt dein Maul. Please. Okay, was hast du zu sagen? That evening, I was walking alone, lost in thought. I passed by the doctor's house, and that's when I saw Mr. Rebel. He was running out the front door. It was around 10 at night. Surely that must have been him fleeing the scene of his crime. A vote for me is a vote to the end such violence. That is my promise to you. So the plaintiff saw a possible suspect fleeing from the doctor's residence. And it was within the window of the estimated time of death? That's a rebel. What in the world were you doing there then? Oh, that's... It seems Mr. Rebel was loitering about Kurain village that day. There's evidence he was in the doctor's study as well. Isn't that right, Mr. Justice? You mean the suitcase? Exactly. He must have been in quite a rush to leave that behind. Oh, and by the way, Your Honor, Mr. Rebel just so happens to be sitting in the gallery today. See? That's him trying to escape as we speak. Plaintiff, don't let that man get away! Right, you backstabber! Why are you doing this to me? Genau mein Gedanke. Alright! The counsel/defense may question the plaintiff/witness once more! Please proceed, Mr. Justice! Danke. 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 Danke, danke, danke. Kreuz nachher! Danke. The Rebel's Crime. Danke. Als allererstes Mal at the doctor's house, and that's when I saw Mr. Rebel. Buttonangriff! Danke. Where exactly were you when you saw Mr. Rebel? Right here, under this tree. I saw him dashing out of Dr. Bob's front door. And he didn't notice you? No, I was hiding by the tree. Is it really that important to you from where the plaintiff saw Mr. Rebel? Ja? Das habe ich dich gefragt. Yes, I believe it matters a lot. I ask that it please be added to the witness testimony. I was under this tree when I saw Mr. Rebel. Okay, ignorieren wir das erstmal, springen weiter. Bombenangriff. Did you notice anything unusual? Yes, his behavior was incredibly suspicious. His eyes were darting all around as he ran off in total panic. As soon as I saw that, I knew he had done something and it probably wasn't good. Despite that, you still didn't report it to the police? Who would have thought he had killed Dr. Bob? Not me. That's why I didn't report it. So the witness didn't notify the police! Is that an important statement, Mr. Justice? Auch das soll bitte hinzugefügt werden, ja. Yes, it's important. I request that the witness add it to his testimony. Huh. Sure, why not? I had no idea that Dr. Buff was dead. That's why I didn't call the police. Nicht wundern, dass hier, by the way, jetzt eine Marke bei meiner Lebensleiste weniger ist, weil mir ist ein klitzekleiner Fehler aufgetreten. Ein Denkfehler, wenn ihr so wollt. Oh, ich hasse mich. Mein Perfect Score. kaputt. Ich hasse mich. Fuck my life. Mr. Attention Wimperson, rather than Mr. Rebel. Ich bin so verzweifelt. Wasn't there something else that should have had your individual attention? Ich lache, aber eigentlich meine ich. Like what? Oh, yes, of course. A politician must also keep his finger on the Sorry, but you're way off. Ich hasse dich. Du bist ein Arschloch. Du hast mich so sehr hier... du machst mich kirre im Kopf, dass ich Fehler mache. I am? Would you care to explain this to justice? If the witness saw Mr. Rebel from his position here, then he should have also been able to see the doctor's body. After all, it was right next to a huge window. Why, I believe you have a point there! Was the body that clearly visible to the witness? It's unthinkable that he wouldn't have reported it to the police. Would the witness care to respond? Er ist eingeschlafen, oh mein Gott. Did he fall asleep? Mr. Attention Wimperson? Aufwachen, Spast! Mr. Attention Wimperson, du Spast! Huh? Oh, there are many sides to any issue. What did I ever do to deserve this? Frage ich mich auch. In any case, I'd like the court to acknowledge the inconsistency in the witness testimony. Mr. Attention Wimperson, did you really see Mr. Rebel? Yes. Junge! Where do you think you're going? Oh, I thought I'd return to my seat, seeing as I had already answered the question. This isn't some small town hall debate, so you just stay right there until I say we're through. I'll have to run that by my campaign manager before I... Oh, meine Fresse! Todesblick! Mr. Attention Wimperson, I think it's time for you to come clean. Huh? So then, does this mean he didn't see Mr. Rebel? As your lawyer, Mr. Attention Wimperson, I advise you to divulge that matter we discussed. Silence is no longer an option. Are you sure about this? I'm in the midst of running for office. I can't afford to let any strange rumors get out. Don't worry, you won't suffer any blowback for what you're about to reveal. Blowback? I'm not sure I like the sound of that, Mr. Wright. Not to worry, Your Honor. Nothing untoward will come of this, I promise. Now then, Mr. Justice. Remember how it was an anonymous caller that reported the doctor's death? Come to think of it. Emma, who was the first one to discover the body? About that. Whoever it was, it seems they wanted to remain anonymous. What? It happens now and then. Some people would rather not get involved with the police. Wait, you're not saying that... Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. The anonymous source who contacted the police after discovering the body was... my client, Mr. Politician Wimperson. What? You don't say. So you see, he played his part as a concerned citizen. Quite admirable, if I may say so. Isn't that right? Yes, indeed. In our society today, there are too many who choose indifference over righteous actions. But I don't number among them. That's why I did my duty as a concerned citizen. One might call me the model citizen, one worthy of standing above the rest. What a real standard bearer he is, reporting it anonymously. Oh, and by the way, Mr. Justice, wasn't there someone else at the scene of the crime when my client discovered the body? Oh, you mean Mr. Rebel? He would have been leaving the doctor's house right around then. Wait, that means... Yes, it does. In short, what my client witnessed was Mr. Rebel fleeing the scene of a heinous murder! Ah! And that's not all. Based on what we've heard so far, Mr. Rebel looked exceedingly suspicious, and that's putting it mildly. We already know the defiant dragons threatened the doctor with bodily harm. And now that they've killed him, their so-called orb transfer agreement is null and void. No! Nicht gut. Apollo, if we don't come up with some sort of counter-argument. And what sort of evidence do you have? Kanye actually proved that it was Mr. Rebel who killed the doctor. That move had desperate written all over it. It's all I've got, so I'm going with it, also shut up! Evidence? I suppose it's true that I don't have any. I knew it. But I do have another witness. You do? You should know I always come fully prepared, Mr. Justice. And my new witness will provide testimony proving Mr. Rebel's guilt. A new witness? I wonder who it could be. Hurry, Bailiff, please summon your new witness! Ich glaube, wir können schon denken, wer dieser neue Zeuge sein soll. Aber das sollen wir erstmal beim nächsten Mal wissen. Egal ob positiv oder negativ, Bewertung mal gern gesehen. Das war's von meiner Seite. Wir sehen uns das nächste Mal wieder. See ya, guys.